forecast. We're going to do a detailed weather forecast for the coming week across the British Isles. It's a week of change again. We've seen a lot of changes through this winter, swinging from mild to cold and from wet to snow and ice. So we're going from cold and snowy conditions of the last week or so, and we're moving towards a much more milder Atlantic dominated type pattern for the coming week. Now, before we go on, I just want to mention the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlay. My weather videos at GazWeatherVids.com. Please play those video ads. Should be supporting GazWeatherVids.com by doing that. I want to mention websites I'm using for the video. I've got the radar pitch here coming from the UK Met Office. We've got the charts from weathercentral.de and weatheroutlook.com. All three of those websites can be found on my links page. So this is the radar picture for this morning across the British Isles. Many places dry. We've got rid of all of yesterday's rain and snow, and we do have to apologise for people living in the Midlands, central southern England. The snow that I was predicting yesterday actually came mainly as rain, but for northern areas the snow really did cause some very nasty disruption across parts of northern England. So that's where the snow was. Further south, it was more of a marginal type situation than it appeared as though it was going to be. But anyway, all of that's out of the way now. We've got a nice morning actually. The sun shines out at long last. During this cold weather, we've barely seen the sun across many parts of the country. But the next area of rain is now heading in towards Ireland, and that'll be with us through the course of this afternoon and going into the evening and night. So this is the pressure chart for today from the GFS bar. We've got the deep area of low pressure in the Atlantic, a very deep storm system now. I think the central pressure that is around 935 millibars, and that's pushing in weather fronts across the country, and as I say, they'll be bringing wet and windy weather through the day. So despite that, we've got a lot of sunshine across the country at the moment. It's not going to last. Clouds will thicken and it will turn wet across Ireland through the afternoon, and then that rain will push into many western parts of the country through the course of this evening. Central east areas stay mainly dry until this evening, but turning increasingly cloudy. The sunshine will turn milky and then go altogether, and then it'll turn wet and windy through the course of the night. Now, it's going to be a little bit less cold than it was today, but it's still quite mild really. We've got quite a lot of snow still on the ground, although it is thawing, but it takes a long while to lift the temperatures up on the ground. So temperatures this afternoon in the east just 1, 2, 3 degrees probably. In the west it is milder, up to 5 or 6 degrees up there. Most temperatures will carry on rising through the night as that wet and windy weather spreads across the country. It does look like it's going to be quite a wild night really across many places, with some heavy rain and some strong, maybe even gale force winds sweeping that rain along. So I think we're all going to get a spell of quite wet weather tonight. That rain will wash away the snow though, so the snow should go quite quickly through the night, and the temperatures will be lifting up as well, so it's going to get quite mild for a time through the night, up to around 6, 7, 8 degrees. But then those temperatures will drop down again as the rain clears and this westerly wind starts to feed in. That's a cooler wind feeding in clear spells and showers to western parts of the country. So temperatures then drop down just a little bit. Now, as we move into a Sunday, we're into a straightforward run of westerly winds then across the country around this area of low pressure to the northwest of Scotland. So we'll get rid of the rain early on in the east and the southeast. That'll go quite quickly, and then really we're into a run of westerly winds with good sunny spells and showers coming into the west. This wind is quite cold though, so those showers could turn wintry in western parts of the country, particularly but not exclusively over the hills. But there'll be very few showers getting through to central and eastern parts of the country. Temperatures tomorrow, well, around 3, 4 degrees in the north, probably around 6s and 7s in the south. Certainly milder than it has been, but feeling quite cold in that westerly wind. And as we move through into Monday, we've got the next area of low pressure coming in across the country. I think we'll start Monday on quite a bright note with some fairly decent sunny spells, very similar to how we're starting today actually. Could be some ground frost around, some icy patches in places, but it will cloud over quite quickly, and we'll find heavy rain moving into the west through the morning, and then that rain will sweep eastwards across all parts of the country during the afternoon. Notice the ice bar is very tightly packed again on Monday, so it will be turning windy through the afternoon with gale force winds in some places. Maybe severe gales actually coming through Northern Ireland and at southern parts of Scotland, maybe northwestern England as well. Temperatures, well, on the chilly side really with this wet and windy weather. Well, not far from average really, around 5 or 6 degrees in the south, 3 or 4 in the north, but it'll feel cold I think in that wet and windy weather. And then moving through into Tuesday, well then we start to bring up this very mild southwesterly wind across England and Wales, but we'll have a weather front trailing through England and Wales through this southwesterly wind. So although the temperatures will be lifting up, it's going to be quite cloudy and wet. We'll have rain on and off throughout the day, probably light and patchy through the morning, but again heavier I think through the afternoon as a ripple runs along that weather front and brings some really quite wet weather to England and Wales. For Scotland and Northern Ireland, it's a brighter picture with sunshine and a few showers, and again those showers could be wintry over the high ground. Now in the south at least it's going to be mild, despite the fact that it's raining. Temperatures up to 10, 11, maybe 12 degrees, very mild on Tuesday in the south. That's 54 Fahrenheit, but in the north it'll be a good deal cooler with temperatures around 5 or 6, although again that's not far from the seasonal average. That low pressure will push through into Wednesday, and then Wednesday is really looking like being a day of sunshine and showers across the country. Again, it's quite windy throughout the week. I think we do keep quite windy weather going, so it showers in the north, the last of the persistent rain clearing the south and the southeast quite quickly, and then showers feeding down. A little bit cooler in the south, but still mild with temperatures of around 8 to 10. In the north, probably looking at temperatures of around 3 or 4. And those showers could turn increasingly wintry actually over Scotland, and notice very tightly packed ice bars indicating severe gales, so that could give us some drifting and blizzard conditions over the Scottish mountains. Now things getting more uncertain as we go into Thursday and Friday, but it looks as though we'll take that low pressure through across the country through Thursday, and then we pull down this northerly wind. So that's going to be a bit colder, so we'll clear the rain and the showers away across the country I think overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Then Thursday probably having quite a lot of dry weather with this little ridge of high pressure coming in, but there could be wintry showers in the north and the east. So temperatures will take a bit of a dip as well on Thursday, probably down to around 1 or 2 maybe at best in the north. In the south probably around 5 or 6 degrees. And things getting very uncertain then as we move in towards Friday and the weekend. We've got this area of low pressure starting to move in from the Atlantic, but we've also got a ridge of high pressure. So we probably start Friday on a frosty note, and then east areas staying mainly dry with sunny spells, but turning cloudy and wet through the course of western parts of the country during the day. And then into Saturday, the suggestion here is that low pressure is sitting over the country, probably bringing a lot of rain and maybe some snow to northern parts of the country. But I think that's quite uncertain, and I don't think the models really are that got the weekend really that well figured out just at the moment. Now having a quick look at the charts from the Weather Outlook. Well, this is the chart for today. Very nice day, good sunny spells across many parts of the country, but it will be going downhill through the course of the day. We're going to find rain coming in to the west during the day, and by the time we get through to midnight tonight, all parts of the country will be wet and windy, but those temperatures will be lifting up quite nicely. That rain will clear away as we move through into Sunday, and then we're looking at really a mix of sunshine and showers here across the country on Sunday. Now this is showing quite a bit of rain through Sunday morning in the east. I'm not sure about that. I think the rain will go quicker than that, and then we're into a run of sunshine and showers. The showers mainly in the west, and some of them could be wintry over the higher ground. Into Monday, and we've got more rain and strong winds sweeping in across the country after a fine and perhaps in places frosty start. And then going into Tuesday, well, the suggestion here is more rain across England and Wales coming in through the course of the day, but very mild in the south, 12, maybe 13 degrees, very mild up into the mid-50s Fahrenheit. And then moving through into Wednesday, well, a lot of dry weather here across England and Wales with sunny spells will clear that rain away, but still showery in the north. Temperatures a little bit down, but still mild in the south. And then the suggestion for Thursday and Friday is that, well, we've got a suggestion here that it's turning drier through Thursday and Friday. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think the models really have the end of the week pinned down. But in any case, it does look a good deal milder into the end of the week, although chilly, I suppose, in the north, but that's as it should be for the time of year. So in summary, it's a week of change. We're getting rid of the cold weather, we're coming out of the freezer, going into a much more Atlantic dominated type pattern. I think we're going to be turning wet and windy through the week, particularly the first half of the week. Quite a bit of wind and rain around. Very mild in the south on Tuesday. Otherwise, temperatures around average to mild in the south. A little bit cooler at times in the north, but certainly no sign of anything particularly cold and wintry coming back this week. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.